6211 Van Nuys. That's the address Blueface let his lie detector examiner blurt out on a live kick stream to thousands of strangers. His own address for the polygraph appointment the next morning. And instead of catching himself, he turned around and started torching Nevaeh for putting the man on speaker. Read that again. He's the one who took the call. He's the one who didn't mute. And somehow, she's the goofy. That's the whole video in one breath. And we haven't even gotten to the part where he called what he was doing to her grooming. Y'all, what are we watching? If this is your kind of chaos, the kind where the receipts write themselves in real time, tap that like, hit subscribe, ring the bell. Part of me still can't believe this stream was public. Let's get into it. Here's the setup, plain as it happened. On a recent Kick live stream, Blueface, Jonathan Michael Porter, was on a call with a polygraph examiner setting up a lie detector test scheduled for 11 a.m. the following morning, with Nevaeh Akira, his pregnant girlfriend and mother of his son, sitting right there. The examiner casually said the address on speaker. She reacted. He detonated. Within minutes, he was calling her dumb, goofy, and a beat ******H in front of the chat. And by the end of the clip, she was crying while he explained. And this is a direct quote from the stream. "I'm just grooming you, baby. I'm just warming you up." That last line is the one that keeps ringing. Let's slow down and look at what people actually said, because half the internet is already spinning this, and I want the raw first. Blueface, mid-argument, on the address getting read out loud. "You a goofy, ****H. What you even put him on speaker for?" Clipped and reposted by OnSite, Instagram, which caught the exchange as it happened. Nevaeh, crying, pushing back, quote pulled from the same stream. Mirrored across fan reposts on TikTok. You don't have to be rude and call somebody out their name for no reason. You make a moment turn into a hateful one. His answer to that? "I'm not calling you ****H cause you're acting like one right now. Shove talking to me. Cold. Flat. No shame in the delivery." Later, when she finally asks him why the aggression, when she brings something up peacefully, he never matches the aggression he brings when he's mad. He says, and this one might be the tell of the whole video, "I'm a trip every time. I'm a trip every time. So you know my ****T don't like that." Wild. And then, the softener. After the crying, after the shouting, he pivots. "I love you, girl. I'm just grooming you, baby. I'm just warming you up. Testing you. Pushing your buttons just to make sure I know you." Okay, I had to sit with that one for a second, because grooming is not a word you drop by accident. That's not a slip. That's not misspeaking. That's a man describing his own strategy out loud and expecting the person he's using it on to nod along. Reported reactions across the Shade Room's coverage of the couple captured fans catching that exact word in real time. Now, connect the dots. Rewind to the beginning of that same call. The examiner is on speaker because Blueface put him there. That's not up for debate. It's on the stream. He then asks the man to text the address again, and the examiner reads it out loud. Only then does the rapper spin around and start calling Nevaeh dumb for the man knowing where he lives. As if she picked up the phone, as if she pressed speaker, as if she typed the number in. She didn't. He did. That timing matters. Because the whole reason he pivots to "you dumb, you goofy, you don't plan, a mother could plan," is that he needs the on-camera moment to belong to him. Not to her, not to the examiner who fumbled the address, and definitely not to the chat that just watched him mishandle his own operational security. Hold on, back up. That part right there is the part. Because if you listen to what he actually keeps saying, "I'm a trip every time," you don't respond to nothing else. That's the only thing you respond to. He's not arguing about the address anymore. He's laying out a philosophy. He's telling her, and by extension the chat, that verbal punishment is his tool. Not communication. Not conversation. Punishment. And then 2 minutes later, he calls it grooming like it's a compliment. Real talk. That's the moment the video stops being funny. Let me zoom in on 3 fragments that most reactions are missing. Fragment 1, a single word, grooming. In context, he's using it the way a trainer talks about a dog. Testing, warming up, pushing buttons. That framing didn't come from nowhere. Look at the XXL post noting Nevaeh got his name tattooed under her chin the same night Krazian Rock had her Blueface tattoo removed. The optics, one woman erasing the mark, the next one adding it. Same night, was stage content. It was engineered. So when he says on stream that he's warming her up, it lands different because we've already watched the warm-up cycle before with someone else. Fragment 2. The phrase, "I don't need a referee. I need an assistant." He drops it after complaining she made the polygraph call too official. Think about what that sentence actually means. Not a partner, not a co-parent to his unborn child. An assistant. That's the org chart he's drawing in real time, on stream, to a woman who's carrying his kid. Complex confirmed her pregnancy earlier this year, which makes the framing here, assistant, not equal, hit even heavier. Fragment 3, the flex nobody's talking about. Toward the end, he says, "I ain't in a white neighborhood. I don't go where it's at. I'm a real gangbanger out here." That's him allegedly trying to justify why the leaked address doesn't scare him. But he's also the same man who reportedly did nearly 4 years behind a probation violation tied to the 2022 Las Vegas shooting case, per 8 News Now's court reporting and confirmed in his Wikipedia court record. So the "I'm untouchable" bar isn't just posturing. It's posturing from a man who just got his freedom back and is on a live stream broadcasting his home movements to hundreds of thousands of strangers. Nah, that's not gangster. That's carelessness dressed in a chain. Now watch how different outlets are cropping this. Onsite is running it as a heated argument. Neutral, punch-in, punch-out framing. That's the safe post. Keep the algorithm friendly. Let the comments do the work. The Shade Room tied it into the broader Carlisa storyline. Blueface mother recently jumping into these live stream feuds and hinting at exposing Nevaeh. So TSR framed the outburst as Chapter 12 of the family soap opera, which reframes Blueface not as an aggressor, but as a man surrounded by chaos. Hip-hop art-adjacent outlets and Keisha Gale's coverage leaned harder into the catch-up post-incarceration angle. That this is a man out less than a year, trying to rebuild a relationship, a public image, and a stream career all at once, and cracking under the compression. 3 outlets, 3 different Bluefaces, and every camp has a fan army defending its version. The Steelman for the loudest defense goes, "He was frustrated, she overreacted, streamer snap on chat all the time. This is just a couple arguing, and it got clipped." And look, some of that's fair. Live stream culture rewards emotional volatility. It's the whole business model. Blueface reportedly pulled $20,000 in 3 days on Twitch earlier this year before the ban that pushed him to kick, per fan-captured analytics. Volatility monetizes. That's not a conspiracy. It's the market. But that Steelman falls apart the second you play the crying section back. Because a woman crying on camera while the man she's expecting a baby with calls her goofy, dumb, and a beat asterisk 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 H, then tells her he's grooming her, is not a couple arguing. That's an audience of thousands watching a specific dynamic play out for content. And it's the comfort with which he does it that ices the blood. There's no self-correction, no pause. No, I went too far. Just a pivot into "I love you, girl." All right, let me tell you what I actually think this was. Everyone's calling it a meltdown. Wrong lens. This wasn't a man losing control. This was a man demonstrating control. To her, to the chat, to his mother, who's been publicly needling him about this exact relationship on her own IG lives. Per the Shade Room's rundown of Carlisa Saffold calling him out. And to Krazian Rock's camp, which has been circling this whole storyline since Nevaeh got the chin tattoo. Peep the pattern. He publicly said Nevaeh got cut from the roster right before her pregnancy was confirmed by Complex. He told her to get out his house during a stream this past June, per YouTube's captured clip. He allegedly used her prenatal test to check his own STD results, according to Complex's own reporting. Then he brings her onto a lie detector test and calls it grooming on live audio. This isn't a series of accidents. This is a playbook, a very specific one. And it's the same playbook the internet spent 2023 watching him run on Krazian Rock. The joint lie detector segment, the on-camera humiliation, the warming up phase, the eventual public separation, the new woman inheriting the same treatment. The receipts of the original Krazian lie detector arc are still up. Same trainer, same rhythm, same finish. The unspoken read? Nevaeh isn't a partner. She's the next season of the show, and she was cast before she was told. That's the part that's hard to watch. Not the yelling, The yelling is loud, but the yelling isn't the strategy. The strategy is the calmness right after. I love you, girl. I'm just warming you up. Every abusive dynamic in the history of dynamics runs on that exact whiplash. The people defending him are watching the shouting. The people worried about her are watching the softening. And a few sharpened jabs while I'm here, because some of this deserves it. For this she's crying for attention crowd, a woman in her second trimester, for the pregnancy timeline complex documented, crying on a stream where her home address just got leaked is not doing bit work. She's the only adult in the room who sounds actually scared. For the he wasn't serious about grooming, that's just slang crowd. Bro, you know exactly what that word carries. Don't play dumb with the dictionary. For the streamers say worse everyday crowd, sure. And most of them don't do it to the pregnant mother of their child while a court-documented probation history hangs over their name. And for the man himself, the flex about being a real gangbanger out here, while your polygraph appointment gets broadcast, that's not tough. That's the one thing tough people never do. That said, she stayed. She's still there. That's part of the story too, and it's the part nobody has a clean answer for. So what happens next? Watch how fast the tone flips on stream once the clip starts damaging the numbers. Expect a "we good, y'all" reaching appearance from both of them within the week. A soft launch damage control segment where she laughs, he calls her babe, and the whole thing gets reframed as our humor. That's the play the algorithm rewards, and it's the same reset button that ran during the Krasian cycle. Don't be shocked when Carlisa Saffold makes it worse before it gets better. Her recent IG live going in on her own son suggests she's not letting this one slide. And every time Carlisa turns the pressure up, Blueface tends to double down publicly instead of retreating. Expect a mother versus girlfriend flashpoint before the polygraph fallout even settles. And the aftershock, the 5-year one, is bigger than either of them. Kick's whole ecosystem is watching this arc the way Vine watched Bad Baby in 2016. It's a stress test for how far platform monetization will let real-time relationship harm go before advertisers or Kick itself steps in. Once a major brand pulls a partnership over one of these clips, the grooming quote becomes the exhibit. That's the residue. That's the sentence that outlives the stream. Nevaeh, if any version of this reaches her, the room is watching. Not with judgment, with worry. There's a difference. That's my read. Full stop. If you got something to say back, good. Drop it in the comments. Fight me on it, co-sign it, add the piece I missed. Y'all riding to the end is what keeps this channel loud. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. The follow-up on Carlissa's angle drops next. Celeb Virex. Peace.